have you noticed that sometimes when we are in this very self-regarding mode, we want time to ourselves, we want to push people away. If anyone makes demands on our time, we get irritated. But when we have time to ourselves, very often we don't spend it in a way that really makes us happy. But in that time, if somebody reaches out to us and we don't really want to help them because I've made up my mind this is my time. But if you get pulled into the zone of listening to them, helping them, you feel much happier than if you just had that time to yourself. Have you noticed that? So, actually, this is what the Dalai Lama is saying, that the key to happiness is not just self development. Yes, you should develop yourself. But if that self development is making you self absorbed, selfish, self regarding, and somehow cut away from the rest, then it's actually making you a more unhappy person. It's paradoxical, no? That the wish to give happiness to others, that is what actually could be a cause for your own happiness. Last time we read a prayer and meditation of the mother where she said that she had two constants in her consciousness. Everything kept else would fluctuate, but the two constants in her consciousness, one was a will that everyone should be happy in the true happiness of the divine. And two is her goal to realize the divine. And she said that whenever she was low, she would always be reminded of these two goals, and they would bring her back to happiness and grounding. So that's what, if we can cultivate a mind which is constantly looking, or at least has a wish that others should be happy. Now, it's a very fine line. It shouldn't be a philanthropist ego, not an ego which says, I want to help you so that everyone sees I can help you and it makes me feel good about myself. Not like that, because that is actually sowing seeds for unhappiness. Because if you don't get the appreciation you expect for your good deed, you'll be miserable. But the real thing is to just have a genuine goodwill, a desire that people should be happy, whether they are happy through me or through other sources. Mother was had written very beautifully in one of her prayers and meditation that the sad part about the world is that the asura has seized human beings. The asura is the one who wants to channel God consciousness through him to people, but is adamant that it should be through me only. And he resents it if it reaches people through other sources. So that asuric turn of wanting to do good so that I may be seen shining and resplendent, that is also not a way to go about it, and that is also not what will make you happy. But a genuine desire that may everyone be happy in this world through any source. If I'm used as a conduit, fine. If others are used as a conduit, fine. But to cultivate a mind which actually feels happy when it sees others happy and has a will that they should be happy, right? Unfortunately, because of our conditioning, most of us live with the opposite. There's a German word, Schadenfreude, which is unreasonable happiness at the misery of others. Because we are all living with so much misery ourselves that if we see others miserable, our misery is solace. But that's a very artificial solace. If instead we can cultivate a mind which is constantly wishing happiness on others, the Dalai Lama, the mother, all the masters, they say that a mind like that is the source of joy. And we won't understand it till we start experiencing it or at least get glimpses of it.